Hey guys, this is Team Two's presentation of our Module 4 application, a continuation of Module 3. I'd like to start this presentation off by explaining that I understand that this video is late, I need to specify that this is absolutely nobody's fault but my own. I took the responsibility to create the video earlier in the week and everybody was on the same page. It was my fault. I neglected to make the video. This application was done days ago. We definitely finished it on time. It was just me that didn't put the video out in time. I would like that to be taken into account when grading this assignment. I don't want anybody else to be penalized but me. That being said, let's get into the assignment. So when we launch the application does not launch yet. We were prompted with this login page with the checkbox that asks whether we want to see this page every time we run the application. So we click do not show this again. Let's close it. And this time we were not prompted, so we went straight to the main form. Here are our Downies. We are able to open the preference dialog modelessly. As you can see, we still have access to the main form over here. We can change a value here, apply it, and if we open the preference dialog again, let's open it modally. The value that we changed right up here is still 300. We changed that, so it was saved. We do not have access to the main form because this was open modally. It's not until, let's change another value here. Let's make this 350. Let's make this 150. Let's make this 0.5. We'll make this 400 actually. Okay, sorry. So let's make some children. So here we have an ellipse child. We're able to change the color to whatever we want. Here you see the color that it was changed to in the status bar, as well as the shape. We can also make a rectangular child. Change that color as well. We'll make that one blue. So we have, depending on where the focus is among these children, the status bar does update. We also have a custom child, which implements a rectangle and an ellipse. We are able to change the color of that as well. And we also have shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts for each of these. So for example, we'll do Control E for ellipse, Control R for rectangle, and Control T for our custom child. We can do as many of these as we want. They'll keep coming. And the other thing we can do is close all. We can specify which child we close. We can close all ellipses, we can close all rectangles, and we can close all custom children. As you can see, if there are none of these children on the page at the time, these options are grayed out. No, I don't want exit actually. So that works. We see that. all these options are grayed out, so we're not able to select these. Additionally, we can close all. Let's get some in here with the shortcut. We can close just all children. Here we go. Let's also take a look. Something I forgot to mention about the preference dialog. We do have a help controller right here. Just gives advice on how to use the application properly. This particular page. We also have tooltips when you hover over these labels right here. Let's get back over here. We also have in the help section, we have our oath, which for some reason is not opening to the right. It does open modally, which is good. But for some reason it's not opening bound to the lower corner. It's opening centered, and that was not like that a minute ago. But this should be opening under our main form. Let me try one thing. I'm sorry. Open it. Yeah, for some reason that is lost. We do have our about and our oath forms. We can also reset the login screen so that every time we log in, we do get this. We do get prompted whether we want to start the application or not. Last thing I wanted to mention about the preference dialog is that when it is resized, the buttons stay anchored to the bottom right. And all this information up here stays stays centered, no matter where we center or no matter where we stretch this to. I do believe that's everything. Let's take a look into the let's take a look at the code. Let's start with the entry point, where we see that we are presented with this validation, the login page, the login dialog. If the result is okay, we do run the main form, and that's when we get into the actual application. So we're gonna take a look at we took a look at the entry point. Let's look at the main form. Here it is. Sorry. So here is the main form. We do implement our interface, our shapes interface. Here we initialize the initial sizes for the ratio, the width, just to default sizes. Here we have our shape objects as global variables. This opens our preference dialog modally. Let's see. I don't want to take too long. I feel like some of these are a little self-explanatory. Here we open the ellipse form with the retrieved data from the user preferences. Same thing here for the rectangle and the custom child. This closes all children, whether it's an ellipse, rectangle. This is for the ellipse, this is for the rectangle. This closes all custom forms, and this closes the entire application. Here we change color. One thing I forgot to mention, but definitely we could see, is that whenever we lose focus, whenever the main form is deactivated, whenever we're looking at, for example, the oath form or the user preference form, the opacity of the main form does it gets a little lower, so it is transparent. For the oath menu, we do have it set so that its location is to the right of the main form. From this main form. The same thing for the about menu. We have it set to the bottom of this main form. And yeah, last class I wanted to take a look at is the preference dialog class. Here we're also using the interface. Let's see. And yeah, here we do a lot of validation, making sure that everything is within the range. So for example, for the ratio, we can't go lower than 0, but we can't go above 2.0 when making the shapes, or when calculating the ratio between the shapes. Same thing for the height of the rectangle and the width of the ellipse. Here we have tooltip code. These are the tooltips that appear when you hover over the labels next to the text boxes. I do believe that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.